Hello, I'm glad you're joining me. Today, one of the most frequently asked questions I get from traders just like you is how do I determine what level to enter a certain position, whether it's long or short? So, what I thought I would do is go through the anatomy of a potential entry for Monday morning, June 8th, 2020. And so, what I'm looking at is a weekly chart of the dollar CAD. And I've got my higher time frame structures built out. For those of you that have seen my charts before, you know that the double solid or the thicker yellow lines are my monthly segments, and the dashed ones are support and resistance or pivot points in between. And so, very quickly, what I've done is I've come up with a validated fib off of this trend line, and I'll just kind of step you through how I got to it. You know, that's a 78.6 retracement. We've got another clean retracement here, another clean retracement there, another clean retracement right there to the 78. And so what I've done is I've taken my traditional low to high anchor and started it right here. Again, I'm on a weekly basis, but I'm going to drill down and take a look at a lower time frame for a potential entry. From the other side, what I've done is I've done a very clean retracement here and approaching bear profit targets down in this area. So I'm going to go down to an hourly. Now, a couple of interesting points of interest. Let me go to the 4 hour so I can get back far enough here. Is price has a gap right here that it recently filled. I like to keep that marked on my chart. I have an alert for the area that I'm looking for just so it can get my attention. And what I'm looking to do is I'm looking for a test of this 78.6 retracement. And just from a trade management standpoint, we see there's a little piece of structure, right down here. And so depending on what your tolerance for risk management would be, this would be a potential stop loss area for me on a potential spot forex trade. Again, it may never reach my level, so I might not ever enter into this. But to me, this is something that fits within my risk tolerance. If I were to enter, let's say right here, and have a stop of this width, which is approximately, let's call it maybe 15 pips or so. I've got a trend down below support resistance. I could even go with a 20 to 30 point pip stop loss. But what I'm looking to do is to take it back up to the upside. And once that fills, I would pull this fib down to here. Let's assume that price turns, at my anticipated level. What I'll look is for fibs in the opposite direction, and I'm going to look for a minimum of a 23.6 retracement, which would take it up here towards the bottom of my change control zone. And I would put if it comes up to here, I'll move my stop just below this support resistance, and hopefully I can take it back up towards a higher retracement level. And the more that it does, I've got identified levels where I can bring my stop to. So this would be a first natural one. If it breaks above and holds here and wants to go to the top of change control, maybe the 38.2 and this other support resistance, then I'll just continue to manage it. So again, I'm looking for a potential entry right around here, the 1.3323, my 78.6 retracement, with a stop down below here. As far as a tight stop, if I wanted to give it much more room to work, I would move my stop down around here. You can see from the statistics we're pretty oversold, but that doesn't mean it can't keep going lower. So just my thoughts on a potential entry that I thought I would share with you today.